I think that one performance, West Indies pace attack performance that you mentioned, that might happen on day one. Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Silly Point. So as you just saw, the West Indies played a fantastic game against England, managing to win the first test, as I had predicted in my in our preview.
It was close. It was close. I predicted
It was close.
So,
well, obviously you couldn't predict a third team, could you?
or a draw. I also predicted one test match to be a draw. But
I also predicted that the West Indies would run through the England batting lineup on day one. Well, it wasn't quite day one thanks to the lovely English weather, but a great performance all in all by the West Indies. Fantastic performance by Jason Holder, leading from the front. So we're going to have a quick discussion about the key performance in the match, who we think really stood out, and then we'll just do some player ratings for both teams. And just looking forward, what changes could we expect for the next test match starting next Thursday at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
So Gaurav, where do you want to start?
Let's start with West Indies, the winning team.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, the standout performers were Jason Holder. Obviously, goes without saying. I think he had the biggest impact on the match because I think the game was won and lost in the first innings. So I think he had the biggest impact in the match, followed by Shannon Gabriel, who obviously took 9 wickets in the match, and he was a judged player of the match as well. So I think those two guys, had an incredible performance. And obviously, with the batting, it's Jermaine Blackwood, who did incredibly well in the fourth innings. I think that was a very gutsy
and lucky though, and lucky.
Yes. I know he was dropped on 5 by Ben Stokes of Dombes, and there was a run-out chance that was missed.
He was dropped by Butler also.
Okay.
But still, you have to. You can't count that, right? At the end of the day,
that happens in cricket, right? But great knock, especially given what happened in the first innings and how he got out. I think once he got to 50, he started playing those shots again.
Yeah.
But I think he had more confidence, which allowed him to go over the top more often. So I think those three for me, for West Indies, stood out. For England, difficult given that they lost.
Yeah.
But I think Zach Crawley did a really good job in the second innings. He gave it away, but it was a good start. And in terms of the bowling, not much to write about. Maybe Jofra Archer, how he came back in the second innings. He went wicketless in the first one, and then in the second one, he really bowled well.
In the first inning, he was too short. I think generally England, I think starting from the Stuart Broad, not selecting Stuart Broad, they had this no shining the ball thing in their mind too much. I think they overplayed that. That's why they went with Mark Wood with pace. Mark Wood was pretty erratic, I think. And also that's why, especially in the first innings, they were a bit on the shorter side. You saw today, in the second innings, when they pitched it up to Hope, they pitched it up to Brathwaite. They got those early wickets.
Certainly.
But I think that really was lacking in the first innings. Although, yes, Archer got a few good wickets with a bouncer, but then that bouncer is a surprise delivery, which is what worked in the case of Chase's wicket. So why don't we just get into the play ratings and let's start with the West Indies, winning team. So let's just go in batting order, and we'll just discuss among ourselves. We can come to a consensus, I guess. What we
certainly.
think. So Brathwaite,
I would give him a 7.5.
Yeah, I mean he had a good first innings, right? But the second innings didn't really do anything.
Go quite well. England struggled in the first innings. They were 204 all out. I think given all of that, I think he did pretty well in that first inning. So I would go with 7.
Okay.
That
Campbell, unlucky today, got injured, but came back, hit the winning runs.
Let's say 5.
I mean, he judging by how many reviews he got in the first innings, I think it was like 3 or 4 reviews. he could have hung in longer, but I think 5 is fair. Shea Hope, very disappointing. I think
disappointing test match.
I think for me it's a 4 or a 3.
4.
Let's go with 4. I think he had a good start in the first innings, but didn't carry on. Second innings played a pretty bad shot, I think. Then
Sharma Brooks at 4.
Brooks didn't do much today. Got a good start in the first innings. I mean, 40 odd. Another 5. 5.
5. 5. Similar to John Campbell.
Chase, I think, played pretty well. I think he had two, although he didn't get a big score. I think he got good
Yes.
starts. But I think the key thing in the chase, pardon the pun, was when they lost 3 early wickets, he stuck in there. Blackwood was a bit lucky early on.
Yeah.
But I think Chase, he fought. He had a tough couple of overs in the beginning. Even in the first innings, he got a 47.
Yeah.
And also with the ball, he got two
He
crucial
bowled really
wickets,
well.
right?
He
Yeah,
bowled
I mean,
well, kept it tight.
we can come to that in England batting, but I think the shots were pretty poor that got him the wickets.
Yeah,
But he
true.
still got 2 wickets, right? He got Denley, and he broke the partnership in the first innings, the opening partnership.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's
Rory.
7.
Yeah. I think
7
8.
for 8 for
I
Chase.
think 8 for Chase. Given that, we gave Brathwaite 7, we gave Brathwaite a 7. So I think 8 for Chase, given that he bowled pretty well in the second innings, kept things tight, low economy, those 2 wickets, and held together in both the first and second innings. So I'd give him an 8.
Okay. Blackwood. 9.
8, 8, 9, 9.
8. I think I'll give him. I'll tell you why I'll give him 8. Because of the shots he played in both innings, he got out the same way, playing the same shot to mid off, and especially in the second innings, you've almost won the game. You're 15 runs away. Why are you chipping it straight to mid off? I mean, he had a couple of good boundaries in the same area.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, why are you doing that when the game is there for you to for you to win?
Yes. Yeah. 8. Then we've got Shane Dowrich. I think he had a good test match. A couple of dropped catches.
Yeah.
I think there were two dropped catches in there, and his batting was pretty tidy.
Yeah, I think it's 6 maybe.
6, maybe 6.
Yeah,
6 is a fair score. Yeah.
Then Joseph,
Holder.
I think. Holder, yeah. Holder. 9 for me, yeah. So that first innings, ripping through.
Yeah.
And also in the England second innings, although he took 1 wicket, he took the big wicket of Stokes, and he broke that partnership. Again, a very poor shot by Stokes, but still, Holder was there to take the wicket.
Yes.
So 9 for Holder. Joseph.
Joseph was pretty good. He didn't take as many wickets as he would have liked to.
Yeah.
I think he bowled pretty well. There were a couple of dropped catches off his bowling. Again, review decisions, some umpiring decisions didn't go in his favor. I think he bowled pretty well. I'd go with a 6 or 6 and a half.
6. Yeah, I think just the fact that he didn't get enough wickets. He bowled well, but not a lot of results. Shannon 9.
9 and a half.
9. I think that first/second day spell, taking the top 3 wickets. In the first innings. I think although he got 4 in the first and 5 in the second, I think his first innings form was more crucial. I think in the second innings, most of his wickets were in the tail.
Yeah.
But still, I think 9 wickets and that top 3 on day 1, that really set the tone for the West Indies.
Sure.
Then Roach.
Roach, I think I'd go with a 5. He's not a 5 actually, 6. Similar to Joseph, he didn't have that much of an impact in terms of picking up wickets, but he kept things so tight.
Yeah.
His economy, I believe, was around 2.5.
His economy was really good. On day 1, he bowled like 7 overs for 2 runs.
Yeah. So I think he kept things really tight, and I think he's a great foil to someone like Gabriel and Joseph, who can bowl quick.
Yeah.
So I think
I was unlucky in the first over of the Test match. I think that he had one review which was umpire's call.
Yes.
I think the third or fourth review of the game. But what I was really surprised with Roach was his pace. His pace has come down significantly. Yeah. I remember as being an express bowler, but he was bowling like early 80s, 80, 81, 82. True.
He gave an interview recently just explaining his thought process behind that. He feels that he's reduced his pace, but he's got smarter with his skills, smarter with his variations, coming wide of the crease. This is the other thing I liked about the West Indies bowlers. They had different points of release. They kept coming wide of the crease, whether it was to the right-hander or the left-hander. That created more doubt in the batsman's mind. And then they were always close to the off-stump.
Yeah, true. They were more consistent.
Let's talk about England then. Rory Burns?
5. I mean, he got 2 decent starts, right? He got 2 starts. Didn't do much. Poor shot, especially in the second innings, to throw his wicket away. Yeah. Did his standard 35 average performance. So 5 for him. Sibley.
I would go with
4 or
5 as
5.
well.
Yeah, I mean,
He scored a 50 in the second innings, so he
true,
did hold that
true.
hold that innings together.
Yeah.
So I
But
would go with
that dismissal in the first innings, man. This is third ball that he's facing and he just lets it go through. But that happens again in
that
cricket. So,
happens.
but he got a 50
I think the more concerning issue for him is how he got out in the second innings.
twice. I think in back-to-back balls, where he like after he got out, then it was a no ball,
No ball, yeah,
and then he
yeah,
got out again like 2 balls after.
certainly, yeah. And I think the way he actually got out,
Yeah,
that's a big issue for him because in his short Test career, he's got out down the leg side, got down the leg side 3 or 4 times already.
yeah. I think the
I think
Australians
is an
exposed
issue for
him.
him. Yeah. So yeah, I would go with a 5 or a 6. If we're going with 5 for Ollie Burns, maybe a 5.5 or 6 for him,
Yeah,
given that he held that second innings together. So 5.5, let's say.
5.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Denley, 3,
3.
2.
3, I think 3. Again, the same issues crop up
Poor
with
shot.
poor, poor batting after he scores 20. He seems to lose concentration.
Yeah, everyone talks about his second innings dismissal where he just chipped one to mid wicket, but even the first innings, like the gap between his bat and pad, you could like drive a bus through it, right, and straight through and
Certainly.
clean bowled.
Yeah.
So yeah, three for Denley. Crawley, I would give him a 7, although he got a 70 odd. He got a start.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, and not just for his batting. I think the way he got out, especially in the second innings, I think he could have consolidated and got on and scored more.
Yeah.
But crucially, I think he missed a very crucial run out.
Yeah.
When
I
he
was going to
fumbled.
say 6. I was going to say 6 that even though he scored 76, he got out at a very key moment. Obviously, there was the missed run out as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a great start in his Test match career. He's certainly taken care of Denley, who's a senior at Kent. So he's kept him aside for now. But I think he needs to get better at that. If he's past 50, the way he was batting, if he would have batted for another half an hour, England might have led by 225, 250 even.
Exactly,
and that
right.
would have been a different ball game in the fourth innings for West Indies. So I think he needs to learn that. So I would go with the 6 for the.
Okay, 6 for Crawley. Stokes.
Stokes has
Stokes
been
the batsman, Stokes the bowler, Stokes the captain.
overall, I think this was one of Ben Stokes' poorer Test matches. Even though he scored 40 in each innings, he took a 4-wicket haul in the first innings and took 2 or 3 wickets in the second innings. And his captaincy was decent. I would say that even his choice of batting first was fine for me because I think that's what you do as an aggressive captain. You know, you put your team out, you say you can score the runs early on. So I think that was fine. But for me, what stood out was the fact that he got out in the 40s.
Yeah.
If he wants to be counted as the best in the world, then he has to convert that into hundreds.
For sure.
He didn't do that. And in both innings, he got out because he was trying to play aggressive shots.
Yeah.
He was trying to create something.
That second inning shot was horrible. I mean, why are you walking 6 stumps outside off stump?
Yeah.
Playing it, that was even the first innings he tried to flick one up from outside off. He missed it. Yeah. So, I mean, what, 6, 7? I mean, he still got, 4 wickets and, 6 wickets in the match, right? So, better than any of the English other bowlers. But 6, I think, overall.
Yeah.
By his standards. I think if it was someone else, maybe you could have given him
this could have been more, an 8.
But I think,
like we gave Chase, this could have been an 8.
Exactly.
But his impact wasn't as much. Obviously, we know his potential. We are aware what he can do. And that's why we're being harsh on him and saying that he deserves a 6 for this game.
Pope,
3. He had a poor Test match.
Poor Test match. Especially, I think his dismissal in the first innings was bad, playing away from his body. Not much to say. Poor. Butler.
Enigma.
I would give him 3, 2. I would give him a 2. I mean, dropping a crucial catch. He got a 35 in the first innings, which sort of stabilized the collapse.
Yes.
Maybe that's why I'll probably give him a 3.
3 is fair.
But poor shot in the second innings. Why are you driving the ball? When you've had a mini collapse, the ball is pitched up. Middle stump out of the ground, and then the drop catch, obviously, backward.
3 is fair. Dombes did quite well again.
Yeah.
Similar to Alzari Joseph, I think.
Yeah.
Similar impact in that he kept things tight. He got a couple of wickets in the first innings. Even in the second innings, what I saw of him, he did create some wicket-taking opportunities. A catch was dropped by Ben Stokes in the slips. So yeah, I would go with a 6 as well.
He got a
Like
30 odd with the bat also, no? In the
he did in
first
the
inning, I
first
think. Yeah,
innings.
yeah.
Of course,
So,
he did.
I mean, yeah, he probably did what was last one. So six is fair, I think, for best.
Yeah,
Wood,
yeah.
poor,
3,
erratic.
3.
3. Yeah, I think
He's got
that
the
was his.
pace.
Yeah,
He's got the pace. 90 miles consistently.
yeah,
He do pretty well in Australia.
yeah,
He also did well in South Africa
yeah,
because that's where this kind of pace works. But on
yeah.
this type of wicket, which was a little slowish, you need to be more Jason Holder than Mark Wood
Slash Stuart Broad.
/ Stuart Broad. That decision was horrible. I think everyone will
Yeah.
probably agree.
Yeah, or
In
he just bowled
hindsight,
that one great delivery to get rid of hope in the second innings, but not enough, I think. So I think
nothing great. So 3.
three is fine.
Yeah.
Archer,
Archer, I would go with 6.
yeah, I think 6 is
Again,
fair for Archer.
again similar to Stokes.
Yeah,
We know he's got that ability
yeah,
to pick up wickets. He didn't do that in the first innings.
yeah,
I think it was a little off radar,
yeah,
bowling short,
yeah,
bowling down the legs. So I think that was poor. But then his comeback in the second innings was pretty good. If there was
yeah.
anyone that could make England win this Test match, it was him in the fourth innings.
Exactly.
That's why I'd give him a 6, and he also scored some runs with the bat.
Yeah, he got
When
handy. I think probably I'll give him a 3 in the first innings and a 9 in the second innings. So on balance, you give him a 6.
Yeah. And then
Anderson.
you've got Anderson. Anderson,
Maybe if the reviews went in his way, he could have gotten 4 or 5 in the first innings. But
yeah,
I think probably a 5. He bowled decent, in the second innings. But again, if you are the main senior bowler, you need to do more.
you need to do more. I agree.
And of course, the most important part of the game: umpires, DRS.
So poor.
1, 0. I mean, I know they had this extra review and no neutral umpires and things like that. But I mean, come on, you're still international standard umpires,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
I mean,
I know Richard Kettleborough is
yeah,
um, an international standard
he's on the
umpire.
panel, right? He's on the elite
I think
panel.
He's on the ICC panel. So that was poor.
Poor.
I also
Although
feel that
in their defense, a lot of the times they were very close calls. Also, I mean, they weren't like horrendous, shockers. But I just feel that sometimes they were a bit too quick to give the decisions without taking a step back and
yeah, it's probably also to do with the fact that, like the players, the umpires have also had a very long layoff from cricket.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably need a test match or two to get into it, to adjust their eyes,
Yeah.
to get their brains working again. So I feel that we can give them a bit of a leeway. But I'd like to touch on another point that has been discussed a lot over the last couple of days, something that Sachin Tendulkar brought up, in that the DRS is there to get rid of howlers. If the ball is hitting the stumps, no matter what percentage of the ball is hitting the stumps, it should be given out.
It should be.
I
agree with
That's
that.
my opinion. And yeah,
I agree. And I think that the good point he made was, technology is not 100%, but neither is, human eye. So you can't get it accurate. And I think, the reason why DRS was brought in was to get rid of, big inside edge LBWs, or if you haven't hit it and you're given caught behind, things like that, but not like marginal. So looking forward to the second test. I think in terms of team changes, I think the West Indies will probably go unchanged. I mean, Cornwall, I think maybe not now. I think they'll probably won't.
Not at this point.
Yeah.
Manchester is anyways a more pacer friendly wicket. So
Yeah.
them playing 4 medium pacers works out quite well for them.
Yeah. Maybe it depends if Campbell is fit after his injury, but that might be the only change. They might have to get another.
That'll be a forced change. And I think if Campbell is not fit, then they might go down the route of giving Joshua De Silva a debut, because he opened in their first inter-squad game. He's capable of doing that. So
for England, I think that there are two very obvious ones.
Yes.
Denley out, Root in, Broad in, Wood out.
Well, maybe it's obvious. I'm not quite sure about that. There could be an argument made, especially for this first test match in Manchester, that they might not want to play Dom Bess and play Stuart Broad.
Yeah.
And make do with Root bowling his off spin.
Potentially.
I feel that could be a way to go. I
Or
know
your
that Mark
favorite,
would.
or your man, Moeen Ali.
Moeen Ali. No, I don't think Moeen Ali has a chance, especially since he's been picked in the training
Yeah.
squad for the ODI team.
ODI, yeah.
So there's no chance of him being picked now.
And
Yeah,
maybe a left field call. I think maybe they could, although I'm sure they won't, they could also get folks in for Butler. I mean,
if Denley is going to go, then
yeah,
Butler should also go.
yeah,
But I doubt that will happen.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, he does have some. He has something on the management team. I don't know why he keeps getting so many
We'll
chances.
have to ask. We'll have to ask
Yeah.
Ed
I
Smith.
think the disappointing thing for Butler was just the manner of his dismissals. I mean, irresponsible. Now he is the second most senior batsman. Although he bats number
Yes.
7, but still, you
Yeah.
need to take some responsibility.
He will always
Um,
get out like that. He will always get out in an infuriating way.
yeah,
You'll never be able to understand how can a batsman play that kind of shot in that kind of situation. If he scores the runs, it's fine.
yeah,
He scores a handy 50, he scores a quick 50, he scores a quick
yeah.
80. That's fine. He plays that kind of shot and gets out, it's okay. But then if he's scoring 35 runs and he's averaging 20, 25 over the last couple of years, that doesn't work.
That's not. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, so I think
So
those
yeah,
would be the two key changes: Root coming in for Denley and Broad coming in. But Broad coming in for who? Maybe Wood, maybe Dom Bess.
predictions for the second Test match.
My prediction in the first Test match went wrong, where I
Yeah,
said England will win. But I think in this Test match, I would say that England would bounce back. The other thing to
yeah,
note about England is the last 5 Test series that they've played, they've lost the first Test match.
yeah.
It
I've seen
happened
that.
in
Yeah, they're very poor starters. Yeah,
Yeah, it happened in New Zealand. It happened in South Africa. Or they obviously went on to win in South Africa.
yeah.
So I would give this second Test match to England. And to keep my overall series prediction intact, I'm going to say that the last Test match will be a draw.
I
How-
think, yeah, I predicted England to come back in, but I think Joe Root will be a big factor, and I
yeah,
think that will help them. And obviously, I think that they probably now also have a better understanding of what works for them, what doesn't.
yeah,
So I think that they'll come back and they'll win the second one, and eventually, I think they'll win the series 2-1. So one prediction right for me already. Will I get it right again? Okay, so that's our review slash preview. But yeah, let us know your thoughts. What do you think? Are England going to come back? Are they going to bounce back to level the series? Or do you think the West Indies will seal it? How big of an impact will Joe Root have? We have another episode on Joe Root and his importance in the England team, which you can also check out over here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let us know your feedback and your comments, and please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
cool.